What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NoZoupForYou here, and you're watching some hot, daring action. And it's been a long time since I've played this ship, and I don't know why it's been so long, because I really, really like this ship. But before I get into the gameplay and the daring itself, I have a USS Florida to give away to one lucky viewer. And if you want to get in on it, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is leave a comment on this video. Any comment, doesn't matter. Just say something. You don't even have to say something. Just put your in-game name and your region. And in a few days, because I've got to rush this out and get it to someone, in a few days I will pick one lucky winner, and you're going to receive a USS Florida in your port. And, you know, the Florida's a good ship. It's a fun battleship. I find it, you know, it's got a lot of guns. We'll just say it's got a lot of guns. A ton of guns, really. And, you know, while the majority of the U.S. line right now, some people are enjoying, some people aren't. The Florida, being a premium ship, is actually pretty fun. It's enjoyable. I mean, you can find a lot of fun and utility with it. Matchmaking dependent, of course, but you know what? Who's going to look a gift horse in its mouth? And there's A right there. I just solo capped that. Well, another destroyer just got in at the last moment, but yeah, daring. Oh, look at that Mogador. Right up the middle. I don't think that was a wise idea right there, doing it by himself. I'm going to ignore that. There's no point going over there. We've got like 5 ships. He's covered, so I'm going to focus on the task at hand, including this USS Minnesota over here. This Tier 9 battleship that players have had a chance to play during the USN Battleship arc. But daring. Wow, it's been forever since I played this ship. And I hate that. I hate that because really daring, in my opinion, is one of the best destroyers at Tier 10. I'm not going to say it's the best. And it's really hard to say one destroyer is the best or another destroyer, but daring it's up there. I mean, it's got a lot of attributes to it that I just absolutely love. I mean, it's a gunboat for sure, no doubt. But it's got decent torps, decent enough point-blank torps, and you can fire them single fire, which is great about the British DDs, but I'm obviously firing them in a widespread right here, and I don't know why I chose to do that. You know, I guess this ship was in an odd angle, and here I go raining down fire, and actually get a torp hit right there, which is kind of nice, and make that 2 torp hits. And poor Minnesota, he doesn't know what he's walking into, and I'm just going to start lighting him up. This poor Tier 9 battleship. But no, daring is a destroyer that I do love a lot, and I remember how good it was from when I used to play it, and for some reason I stopped for months and months and months, and I don't know what got me to play the daring again, but it might have been someone making a comment somewhere about how good it was, and I'm like, I remember it being good, I'm going to play it again, and I played it again, and I'm like, why am I still not playing this destroyer? It can hold its own against any other destroyer, against any gunship, and on top of that, it's just good. I mean, there's not another destroyer that I'm extremely scared of in the daring. There's just not. I mean, maybe, well, no, not even Holland and Småland. I mean, they've got high rates of gunfire, but I don't think I'm scared of them. And the fact that you get heals in this ship, and smoke, and all that stuff, I mean, it's just got it all. Hydro, smoke, heals, and obviously I'm not running Superintendent right now, because I only have 2 heals. But to make up for that, I am running Survivability Expert, which gives me a little more health in the beginning, which I guess makes up for that 1 heal you're not getting. I don't know. I guess that's debatable. I don't know why I chose to do that. I think I elected to take something that I felt was more important, and so I had to divvy up my commander skills, which, by the way, when is that commander skill redo happening? When's the rebuild happening? I can't even remember. I know we spoke about it. It feels like months ago at this point, but I have not seen anything else about it, and I'm very excited for these new commander skills and just the whole build out to happen. And you know, I'm sure it'll happen soon. Maybe Wargaming's just waiting for the right time to give us some more news on that. I would at least like some more news. But this brings up another topic. You know, oftentimes we'll play a ship and we'll just kind of leave it and not touch it for a long time. So my challenge to you all, I guess, is play a ship that you haven't played in a while. Play a ship that you know is good, or at least you think is good, that you haven't played in a while, and see how you do with it. I can tell you right now that I'm glad I did that, because I've rekindled my love and my joy for this ship. One that I did at one point love, and I forgot I loved, and I've missed playing it dearly, and here I am playing it again, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, obviously this wasn't the only round I played in her. I played several more before and several more after, and this is the one that I just happened to cherry pick for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it was a good round. I'm not going to say it was a great round. I almost hit 200,000 damage. Just couldn't quite get there. Some things happened, but in a destroyer, I guess anything over 100,000 you can consider it a good round. So I think it was a good round, and this poor Le Fantastique right here is just having issues. He has got himself stuck, and I'm going to unstick him by putting him at the bottom of the ocean. If our aircraft carrier doesn't get to him first. It's interesting, though. You pick up a ship that you haven't played in a while, you do good in it, you remember how much you love it, and you play it for a while. Again, only for you to stop playing it at some point again, and completely forgot it existed. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that with the Daring, because this most recent go-around with it, I've just really connected with it in ways that I didn't before. And I'm just realizing, I mean, I knew she was a great ship. I knew she was a great destroyer, but now I know how to utilize her to her full ability, and that's causing a ton of fires on enemy ships, which is absolutely fun to do in the Daring. So, what are ships that you personally used to play that you haven't played in a long time, that you liked, and for some reason you just haven't played? I know for me, obviously, Daring. There's some that I haven't that I want to. Right off the top of my head, I can think Montana. I haven't played the Montana really in ages. I know it's a good ship, so it'll be interesting to see what I can do with it when I pick it up again. And, you know, the thing about Montana is, and I had that discussion last video, it's just been somewhat power crept. It's still good, though. I know it is. Georgia was one that I play every now and then, but I played it recently, and oddly enough, I completely melted another Georgia. I got one of the best strokes of RNG I've ever had, and just absolutely death struck it. That was fun. Well, I still play it pretty often. I'm trying to think of other ships that I haven't played that are really good that I just need to start playing again. And Daring's really the only one I can think of that falls into that category. Possibly Jean Bart. I know Jean Bart's good, and I haven't played in ages, and that reminds me I do have to play it again. And I likely will be playing it again, especially when the Black Friday event hits, and we get that lovely Jean Bart B. And here I am just starting more fires on the Republic right here. I've hit 150,000 damage, mostly off fires. There's the Witherer right there, so, you know, had a good round here. The thing about the Daring is just utilizing that smoke and knowing when to fire from the smoke and everything else. And this was actually a fairly crushing victory. I enjoyed this round, obviously, because I played decently enough, and we won in pretty decent fashion. But, you know, I am glad that I re-found the Daring. I don't want to say I discovered it. I mean, like I said, I've known it's a great destroyer. But just because a ship's great doesn't mean you're going to continue playing it. I mean, we all grind. We all find other ships. We all change classes every now and then. And, you know, that's just the way this game works. It's very easy, especially if you have a lot of ships, to forget about certain ships and how much you enjoy them. Because some ships, you know, they get typecasted. You know, certain ships get typecasted into certain roles in certain game modes. And daring, I don't know. It's almost like it doesn't have a role, because I'll be quite honest, I don't see darings too often. I mean, I see them. It's not like they're exceedingly rare, but I will say compared to the other destroyers, the more popular ones, you don't see daring quite as much. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as the poor Hborsk, which I rarely see anymore, period. That ship was power crept into oblivion. And there's the high caliber right there. That's quite nice. That's a good end cap to this round. As I try desperately to sink the Slava, which it's not going to happen. There's too little time left. We're winning too much, and it's about to end. But yes, my challenge to you, play a ship you haven't played in a while, play one that you know is good, see how you do in it, see if you can rekindle that love of that particular ship. And there goes the Slava by someone else's hand. You know, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Step outside the norm and go back to something you used to play and see how you do in it. Especially if it's been so long and you've gotten substantially better playing that ship. You know, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing wonderful. Zoup out.